where I, a comedian, will judge the moral compass in advertising. If comedians are not allowed to make fun of religious deities and gods on stage, that is a statue of laughing Buddha speaking. One thing that's really bad is that it's not obvious that these two are above 18. It's not obvious. Salutations, welcome to my new hit show, How Is It Allowed? Where I, a comedian, will judge the moral compass in advertising because my people get into trouble all the time for saying dumb, outlandish, offensive, sexually provocative stuff, which, you know what? Sometimes it's fair. Sometimes. But that being said, if my dear people are held to such standards about what they can and cannot say, then I think advertisers and our corporate overlords should be held to the same standards. In fact, the standards on them should be higher because they are multi-billion, multi-million dollar companies with hundreds of people looking into what they put out. A comedian is just one person with their one brain, whereas this is like a lot of people with their many brains. The thing is, a comedian tells you a joke with the intent to make you laugh. However, corporates are making advertisements to take your money. That's what it is. They want the money in your account, in their account. And that's why they make ads. So you tell me, what should be judged harsher? Something that is out there to make you laugh, or something that is out there to take your money? Let's get into it. If comedians are not allowed to make fun of religious deities and gods on stage, then how is Godrej allowed to do this?
मेहमान और घर में ऐसी स्मेल रानी जी अब क्या करें?
That is a statue of laughing Buddha speaking, Rani ji ab kya kare? You might as well have added a hi in there. You might as well have. Like, how has this not offended anybody? I'm not allowed to make fun of gods on stage. I'm not. But you are allowed to make laughing Buddha go, Rani ji, ab kya kare? The double standards at play here is absolutely insane.
Oh wow, Godrej Air, ऐसे होता है ना welcome.
Imagine if a comic went up on stage and said, XYZ God danced like this. Because for whatever reason, whatever the setup, whatever the punchline might be, if XYZ God dances like this, on a comedian stage, that comedian is dead. Or at least in trouble. That's a bit excessive, man. Just relax a little bit. Just calm down. No comedian has been killed. Yet. Honestly, I'm just speechless. You can use a literal god to endorse your product. How is it allowed? So let's look at this hit dengue ad. Not hit dengue ad. They're not advertising dengue per se. But they want you to not have dengue. So hence the ad.
पहले वीकनेस होगी, फिर फीवर, फिर ब्लड टेस्ट, और तुम डरना मत, मम्मी तुम्हें भी हॉस्पिटल ले जाएगी.
Immediately, कि oh bhai, you're going to die, little bunny boy, because you're going to get dengue and your mom will take you to the hospital. Because fear is such a good way to sell things.
निखिल, बनी को मच्छर ने काटा ना, उसे भी डेंगू होगा.
Okay, first of all, this kid is stupid. A doll can't get dengue. Honestly, this was mean of me. This kid is not stupid. Kids have imaginary friends, and these imaginary friends tend to have very real problems. In fact, the kid is a really good actor, and it's a shame that he won't have a career in acting because of all the nepo babies.
काला हिट ये मच्छरों को मार गिराए और डेंगू से बचाए. काला हिट.
Did you see the problem over there? I want you to see this frame right here. You see the mom spraying dengue. She's not spraying dengue. She's spraying hit. You cut to the child looking at his mom spraying hit all over the room. You see this cut right here? This cut right here. Mom spraying hit, child looking at mom spraying hit. Mom spraying hit, child looking at mom spraying hit. In case you don't know, hit is poison. And it should not be sprayed in a room with things you want to keep alive. There is no warning in this advertisement anywhere where it says, keep out of reach of children and do not spray with children in the room. For me, careless, slightly dangerous, because you as a multi-million-dollar company need to take into account that people are stupid. The hit ad was targeted at children who are scared of getting dengue.
The old machine would stop working, and because of the mosquitoes, the baby would wake up.
This ad is targeted at parents because over here, the fear is not dengue. The fear is your child waking up in the middle of the night. And let me be honest with you, as a new parent, it is one of the scariest, most annoying things that happens. You're just there, you're like, finally, my baby is asleep. And suddenly those eyes go. I swear on God, I hear the themes of Jaws play in the back of my mind every time I see my baby's eyes open in the middle of the night. This is not a slight on the actor. He clearly does not have children. Because who pets a child like that? And also, like in the middle of a TV set, how is this baby sleeping? That is what you should be selling to parents. Now I want to show you an ad, okay? Like this.
Okay. Tell me again. Stay-at-home husbands are called? House husbands, Papa.
We call you guys boomers.
Who comes up with all these names?
You know what we guys call you? Idiots.
If you're a husband who's not doing anything at home, and I think like the language used here is fine, because if you're a husband who's not doing anything at home, not picking up your own weight, yes, you're an idiot. But if you're a stay-at-home dad and you happen to have like a corporate successful wife and you happen to be taking care of the child and the house and everything, not really an idiot. It's just a role reversal and some people are happy with it. Dude, I've designed my entire career to be a stay-at-home dad, and it's amazing. I don't have to go to work. I get to live with my baby, see her grow, see her first smile, watch her first steps, all of it. Why would you choose otherwise? It's not an idiot. It's a genius. Okay, but that's not the problem.
And what about women who don't want kids?
Wait for
We
it.
call it their choice, no?
Now, on the face of it, I do not have a problem with this ad at all. Your body, your choice is something I wholeheartedly support. There is no doubt in my mind that that should be the case. But when you see the brand that is doing it, it's an alcohol brand. And yes, they might say this is a non-alcohol beverage, but what is it? What is it? You have to squint to see that they are selling ginger ale. Okay, with the big black and white logo, which we all know is an IMFL whiskey. We all know that. But they say ginger ale. First of all, who drinks whiskey with ginger ale? Why are you making ginger ale? You should be making club soda. Also, where are these products? I can never find these products anywhere. This is one thing that really pisses me off about Indian advertising, is that you say that some kind of ad is not allowed to be done, then you just change the name of it and continue making those ads. For example, we all unanimously decided that fairness creams are cancer, and now you just started calling it Glow. We know what you're selling. Stop it. It's against the law. How is it allowed? How is it allowed? If you tell me that I'm not allowed to do this, I will try my level best not to do that. But you tell a corporate company you're not allowed to do this, they will be like, lawyer up, loophole dundo. F this. This is something that's been going on for a while, where alcohol brands constantly try to place themselves, brand themselves as an ally of women's rights, of feminism, of anti-abuse. Whereas, buddy, let's be real. You are one of the best ingredients in the dish of domestic abuse. There is nothing that makes domestic abuse pop like alcohol. Nothing. Nothing. You're like the salt of domestic abuse. Alright, according to many studies, heavy drinking can significantly reduce your chances of conceiving. I'm going to show you an ad from 2013, okay? Sorry about the potato quality. So, we opened to a nice restaurant.
It's okay? What do you mean by it's okay? Can you ask in your life anymore? Do you get it? Do you get it?
I am 99% sure that the creative director in this ad wanted to make the villain sound like an Englishy Indian NRI type. Because he's like, how is this tolerable? Is it okay? Is it okay? What is that accent? Like, no NRI speaks like that. Is it okay? Is it okay? No, they don't. They don't.
I'm not going to tolerate this. Sorry, just trying to want to the country.
Wait for it.
You not be one less. This is one.
Okay, so the guy's about to. He's getting physically violent with this girl in the middle of a fancy restaurant. The odds of that are low. We've seen it happen, but the odds of that are low. And obviously, the hero of the ad.
Raise your voice.
All good? All good?
Officer's choice.
Officer's Choice Blue Whiskey wants you to not beat women. Okay. And just to be clear, I am not knocking cheap alcohol brands because there is one thing which is very clear when it comes to alcoholism. It doesn't matter whether you finish a bottle of Officer's Choice every night or a Lafroig 18 every night. The pattern of domestic abuse and ruining of families with alcohol stays the same. It doesn't matter if it's a 6,000 bottle rupee of whiskey or a 600 rupee bottle of whiskey. The pattern remains the same. Alcohol companies, if you truly care, you will actually do something instead of making an ad about it. If you really cared, you don't. Okay, so don't pretend. You can see I'm clearly angry. I'm being a comedian, but I'm more than a comedian. I'm a person. I want things to be better. Now, the thing is, the solution I have for you can only be carried out by a dictatorship or an absolute monarchy. So, if I was a monarch or a dictator, what I would do is I would force alcohol parent companies to open schools of manners, etiquettes, and sensitivity training all across the country. And they will do this for free. If you've been reported by HR or legally, get in here. I would force you to sit for a bunch of classes on how to treat everybody around you better. And then the final exam would be, do you remember those lessons when you were completely tanked off your bum? Because if you get fully drunk and still remember how to behave yourself, now you pass the test. Think about it. This ad runs in the middle of Indian cricket matches. So it's costing them crores to put it there. These schools would cost lesser than these ads, and they would have a much better impact on society. See, the thing is, I love alcohol in a party situation. Nothing makes a party better than alcohol. Honestly, it's a great drug. It really is. But please keep in mind, it's a drug, and they're selling it to you, even though they're not supposed to. And it's not allowed. So, how is it allowed? How is it allowed that something that is not allowed is allowed? Please explain. I'm totally okay with the sentiment. There's nothing, if this ad was for shoes, perfectly fine. But it's for alcohol. Feb 2025, the whole nation kicked up a big fuss about a would you rather question. And with that in mind, I just want you to see this ad beginning to end with me.
चाचा जी
ये क्या हो रहा है? रुको।
बिंगो टेढ़े मेढ़े का टेस्ट है ही ऐसा कि खाने वाला करता रहे ईट फिर रिपीट फिर रिपीट.
You saw that ad? Where do we even begin? First of all, okay, so these people are about to do the naughty and Chacha Ji walks in and this kid hands him a bag of chips and Chacha Ji does not stop them from doing the naughty. In fact, he stays there and watches. If you had any doubt about what the deed is, this right here, these flowers meeting is the Bollywood symbol of doing the naughty. You know it. Everybody knows it. Unless you're living under a rock, you know what this means, okay? So don't try to explain this away. Don't even try. To make matters worse, this frame right here, they are both looking at Chacha Ji right before they start doing the Now we all remember the question on India's Got Latent that got into so much trouble. I am not going to repeat it just in case you come after me for repeating the question. I'm merely reporting what I saw. I saw an ad in which a Chacha ji watches kids do it. I really don't want anybody to get into trouble. I really don't, okay? I don't want you to all start getting angry and everything. I want you to sit and think about this, all right? Just sit and think about it for 10 minutes before you open the internet and go, just fucking for 10 minutes, think. One thing that's really bad is that it's not obvious that these two are above 18. It's not obvious in the story. Look at this kid. He barely has a beard. Look at his hair. Look at their complexion. Unless I'm just going to imagine they're 25-year-olds for my peace of mind. That they're 25-year-olds or 30-year-olds with infantile disorder where they don't look old. I'm just going to imagine that for my sake. Because you have not made it obvious that these kids are above 18. This ad came out on 23rd May. I saw this ad and this ad is the reason I wanted to make these videos, okay? And there were a couple of smart people in the comments who said, Bakwas ad, ye kya hai? How can you do this, okay? And what has Bingo done? They have disabled the comments. I would love to put off the comments in my videos. I really would, but that would be career suicide because it kills engagement. So I have to listen to the abuse no matter what the fuck I'm saying, but Bingo can just be like, continue selling chips. Now this is the part that really fucking pisses me off, okay? And again, I'm pissed off. You don't, okay? You think. This ad came out on May 23rd. After the whole incident, after the whole fiasco. And you are talking about the copywriter who wrote this concept, the creative director who approved this concept, the film crew that shot this video, the editing team that edited this video, the overlords at Bingo, the corporate people at Bingo who missed it, and also you, the Indian audience. Because 27 million people have seen this ad and none of you have kicked up the kind of fuss that it should. I mean, this is what I keep boiling down to. You are a multi-million-dollar company versus some idiot with a microphone. One should be better at this than the other. And it shouldn't be the idiot with the microphone.